All right, guys, welcome back to the shack. And tonight we're going to be doing a project and showing you a potential market for your area that may not be tapped into by very many people in your area. The project is going to be vanity plates. And in case you're not familiar, a lot of states don't require a front license plate on a vehicle, but most vehicles are equipped or can be equipped with a license plate on the front. Where I live, people like to put their favorite sports teams, businesses, that kind of thing, business logos, business names. There's all sorts of ideas for what you can put on those license plates. So what I have done is I have sourced some black anodized license plates from Amazon, doing a little testing and taking an infrared gantry style machine, and I'm creating this guy. And this is, of course, an image of the Clack Shack. And I'm going to walk you through the steps and the process that I use to make these and just kind of give you an idea of what to expect if you want to try these in your area and get a few of them out there and see if they can sell where you are. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around and we'll be right back. I'm going to be doing this project on the Acmer, the new P3 2-in-1. It's a 10 watt or a 2 watt IR. This is not limited to just IR machines or just this machine in particular. You can do it with basically any machine, whether it be a CO2, diode, or an IR. Personally, I like the results from an IR better because it makes that white look instead of just the gray or khaki color. So before we go into the process, guys, I want to go ahead and explain to you the differences because like I said, this is not an IR only project. You can do this with a blue diode, you can do this with IR, depends on the look that you want. So with the testing that I've done, I went ahead and did a side-by-side comparison for you guys to show you what you can expect with an IR and what you can expect with a blue laser. So here's the two different engraves, and I've got them marked accordingly. And you can see with the blue laser, it's more or less you're cleaning off the aluminum and making it shine. So if that look is okay for what you're doing, then that's perfect. Go ahead. But if you're trying to get the discolored, the kind of a white, like toasted white color like this, you're going to need to use the IR. So just going into this, guys, and you can see the text there as well. The blue text is more of a reflective, metallic color to it, whereas the other is actually kind of like a gray, discolored color. So that's the big differences. So with the IR, you're going to be able to change the color of the anodization. And with the blue diode, you're basically removing the anodization, exposing the aluminum. So, but you can still do the project. You're just going to have a little bit different look. So let's get over into the computer and I'm going to go through how I brought the image in, setting it up and everything, kind of show you how we did this on the Acmer, and then we'll show you a little bit of the fun video of it actually being done. So let's get over to the computer. All right, guys, so basically with this design, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to create a little frame mark right here. Just a tool line to use as a frame around this tag to kind of give me an idea of where it's at. I'm going to be using that to do my framing with. The purpose of that is I want the entire tag to be engraved, the whole surface of it. So I'm going to home the machine, and with the Acmer P3, the 2-in-1, I will tell you that the corner of the honeycomb is the corner of the work area, and I tested that and confirmed that during this job. And I was going to set this up and get the image in here, and then when I went to send it, I'd forgot something that is very simple, and I knew better, which is if you get too close to the left side or the right side, it's going to affect the speed that you can run because of the overscanning. So I end up, after I've got this image put in here, I end up having to move it. So you'll notice that here shortly. But right now I'm trying to make sure that the image is proportioned correctly with the size of the little line that I've created for my tool line. And also I'm kind of wanting to trim it a little bit because I want to take the left side over here off just a fuzz. But I'm going to go ahead in here and set the settings. I just run the presets. I don't usually, especially if it's a decent image, I don't get in here and get too far off in the weeds trying to adjust everything. With this situation, I'm going to be running Jarvis, and I am going to reverse the image because I'm engraving on a black background. So anytime you're engraving on a black background trying to get white engrave, you're going to want to flip that. So that's what I did. Got that in there. And this is going to be a tool that many of you may not even know exists here. But what I'm doing is I'm taking the little frame that I set, and I'm making sure my image is inside there. And what I'm going to wind up doing here is, I've got the file set for the frame. So now I'm going to right click with both of those things selected, and I'm going to add a mask to the image. And when I do, basically it's going to take that little frame tool line that I had in there, and it's going to deduct all of the image that's outside that frame line. And so that just makes the image smaller and fits it proportionately to my work area so that I don't have a whole lot of extra engraving to be done. And you can see there in the preview, it just literally trims the picture down, kind of like cropping it without cropping it. It just got rid of a bunch of the image. So you'll notice here, I'm going to be running 400 millimeters a second, 90% power, and we're going to be running up around 500 LPI on this. And the reason I'm doing that is with the IR laser especially, it's only a 2 watts, so the dot size is really, really small, and that enables you to get a lot better resolution. And I have found that 500 with this machine tends to give me the resolution that I want, consistent burn, no lines, and all that good stuff. And so I'm just going back through the settings, making sure everything is the way that I want it to be before we send this image over to have it burn. And it looks like everything, the air assist, that's kind of optional with anodized material, but it is kind of cool to be able to blow the little pieces of dust and debris off of your work area to make sure that it doesn't, take any more power than is absolutely necessary. All right, so once we get all that done, guys, now just to hit that final frame there, and that's when it tells me I'm too close to the edge. So yeah, rookie mistake here on my part. So what we're going to end up having to do is basically just slide the image over, move the plate over to match it, and realign everything, and then send it. But yeah, mistakes do get made occasionally, guys. But that's the name of the game. If you ain't messing up, you ain't learning anything. All right, guys, so before we get too far along here, I just want to remind you that the things that you will need, such as the license plate and the clear coat to put over said license plate, I will be dropping links down below, as well as links to the Acmer if you want to check that machine out. It is a pretty neat machine, so just check down below. And if you hadn't, hit that subscribe button while you're at it, please. All right, guys, so I hope this was a good little project video for you. And this is one of those things, too, that it's not as much potential for, say, fire or anything like that. If you're new to lasers and you're wanting to play around, doing anodized materials, it's pretty simple. Like I said, if you get it too hot, you're going to probably remove the coating completely, exposing the silver. If you don't get it hot enough, it's just going to stay black and maybe partially removed. But these type of projects I enjoy. I don't see a whole lot of folks out there making the tags for vehicles, and I just think that this is a really, really like niche market for totally customizable. I mean, you could put whatever you want on this. Now, like I said, there are some copyright things that you got to watch out for. So you sports fans out there, just keep that in mind. I have had several requests from people for, favorite sports teams or whatnot. But just keep in mind there are some copyright considerations to be made when you're doing these. But guys, it's a decent project, decent price. The blanks aren't that expensive. A little bit of lasering, getting the right settings. And once you find those settings, you can crank these things out, 10 or 20 of them, confidently and make some pretty decent cash off of them, I believe. So, like I said, I would recommend, before being done with them, use a little clear coat, especially if you're doing them with, I would say either laser. I would still clear coat them because, one, it's going to keep the metal from tarnishing or whatever. And will they last indefinitely, forever? Probably not. But this is just can clear coat Rust-Oleum 2X in a can. I've had pretty good luck with it. It lasts for quite a while. So I think it would be definitely something you'd want to look into. I have coated this one just to try to keep it from, you know, the grays and the whites from getting any different color or anything from chipping off of it, because especially some of you guys in the colder climates, you know, you never know what might happen to the rest of the anodization once you've removed part of it. So I just think it's a good idea to coat that thing, to glue it down and seal it just in case. But there you go, guys. That's going to be it for tonight. Like I said, just wanted to make a quick video, show you guys how this project works. And if you do go out and try some and you make a few, go over to the Laser Engraver community page, drop some pictures in there, let us know what you thought about the project idea. Steve and I are always trying to work with you guys and inspire you to make more projects. So go check out our Laser Engraver community page over on Facebook if you do Facebook. And also, while you're at it, go check out Steve's channel over at Ventari's Workshop. If you're not already a subscriber, Steve over at Ventari's, he has lots of great ideas, and he is a lot better with the technical stuff than I am. So if you ever have those technical questions, he's your go-to guy. But that's it for tonight, guys. So till next time, be safe and have a good day.